Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a lot of things to talk about market-wise and content-wise. Obviously, today, Friday night when I'm recording this video, earlier today, EA dropped the FUT Future Stars promotion, and we got a pretty sick team of young guys who are starting to make names for themselves in their respective teams and leagues. And the team that they released today, we're going to head over to FUTBin right away to take a look at it. A lot of you guys already know what this team is and what we're looking at, but I want to kind of talk to you guys about maybe what are some of the best investments for this team, and if you want to build a team around or with these guys, when the best time to buy those players might be. So let's head over to FUTBin and check this out. There are a handful of players in here that I think are pretty spectacular, that are investment worthy, and I also think there's a lot of players in here that maybe are overhyped. And right now, as you're seeing a lot of these prices, it's kind of hard to see with the color they're using on FUTBin here, but a lot of these prices are just way too high. Alexander-Arnold, 620,000 coins for this card. I know it's insane, it's got great stats, but 620k, I mean, he's going to go lower, especially when you get on the market and you look at the supply of these cards. They are getting packed left and right. They're all out there on the market. Some of them are kind of rare. Obviously, Vinicius Jr. is rare as a 92 rated card. You know, some of them are just naturally more rare. We don't really know how they distinguish that sometimes, but some of these cards are a little bit more rare than others, so that's something to take note of. But some of these cards are, again, they're just way too overpriced, and you're going to see these cards drop a lot more as they continue to be in packs for the next week. Another card that I think might be one of my favorites on this team is actually on the bench, and it is Ferland Mendy. Everybody's been looking for a French left back this year to link in their teams, and now we have one. Whether you want to build a League One squad, an entire French squad, or you just need a left back that is French to complete your team, this is your guy right here. I mean, you can just put him in between a Team of the Year Varane and an informed Pogba, and boom, you have a very serviceable, solid left back who honestly is very comparable to Alexandro and Marcelo. They're highest rated cards. Obviously, Team of the Year Marcelo probably overshadows him, but Alexandro's informs, they probably come close to this card, and if not, this Mendy card is better. He's got the 4-star weak foot and the 4-star skills. He's got that going for him, and he's got very good stats, as you can see down here. So that's going to be a card that I think a lot of people will have their eye on, but I also think that's a great card. It's going to be it's going to rise a lot as we head out of packs, and that's a card that people are going to be using in their teams for the rest of the year, as he is the best French left back in the game. I want to also look at Hakimi, because a right back in the Bundesliga, we now have one. He was just 115k on Xbox. I think he can get under 100,000 coins. We're going to have more lightning rounds, and the inflation of these players should go down as we continue through this promo, regarding whatever SBCs they might put out with these cards in packs. We do know that we're getting more of these cards through SBCs and through weekly objectives, so that's something to think about as well. But this Hakimi card is great because he's Dortmund, he's Bundesliga, and he gets those strong links to Royce, to Axel Witsel, who is supposed to get a winner upgrade, and to, of course, Jadon Sancho, who is one of the more popular players in this new squad of FUT Stars. Here he is, 750,000 coins for this card. He is a youngster that is amazing, but this card I think is just way too overhyped for my liking. Yes, some of his stats are incredible, but he's not. He has really good. The base card stats look phenomenal, but when you dig in, he's got 69 composure, and he only has 71 strength. Not very good heading, which you don't really need. But his long passing kind of suffers, and his long shots as well. It's all about how he feels in game, though. It's all about how he plays in game, and of course, he does have the 3-star weak foot, but the English nationality and the Borussia Dortmund badge. Obviously, he gets that link to Royce, who got another Player of the Month card today. And other than that, there are a ton of other very, this promo is cool. That's the best way I think you can describe this promo and this set of cards. This is a new thing that they've done, and it is just plain cool to see these cards get upgrades. They're future stars. They're almost team of the season worthy. I mean, these are almost team of the season-esque cards. But I think they're going to carry on some hype for a while. But I still think they're just not, some of them are just not like end game. You know, some of them are going to be fun to play with for now. But as people continue through on in FIFA, there's going to be some of these cards that will fall to the wayside as other cards come up. With the, you know, the upgraded versions of UCL cards, the UCL live items, and of course team of the season in a couple of months. So I also want to point out a couple other cards that I kind of have my eye on. One of those is this Kluivert card, especially if you're thinking of left mids and left wings in the Serie A. You think of Perisic and you think of Douglas Costa. Well, comparing these two cards together, Douglas Costa has a 3-star weak foot, this Kluivert has a 4-star. Looking at individual stats, I mean, this Kluivert card is very comparable. He's like a mix between Perisic and Douglas Costa, because he has a little bit better shooting than Douglas Costa, not as good as passing as Perisic, but he does have the pace. So I think this is a card that will rise out of packs. And we got to watch the prices of these cards this weekend as they're in lightning rounds. But again, their cheapest is probably going to be as we near the end of the promo. If you're able to be up for the weekend league rewards period, I think that is when these cards will get the cheapest. As long as we don't get any type of SBC that guarantees us any of these cards from pack. So like a guaranteed Foot Stars SBC, that is something that we would not want if we're looking to invest in some of these cards, just because that would really make some of those cards take a hit. And I think that would be very detrimental to investing in these cards. So that's why I want to hold off. I don't think an SBC like that could be coming. It's possible, but I don't really see it as a very likely possibility. So when is the best time to buy some of these cards? Let them get into packs. I'm just thinking along the same lines as the UCL Live promo. I can just remember the amount of supply that Serge Aurier had as an 84 rated card. I think that was his rating. That UCL Live card that was put out into packs, he just had pages upon pages upon pages of supply. And as you can see here, we're looking at Furlan Mendy. I got to the 59th minute and he was on page 12. I mean, this card does have a lot of supply, but he's also going to be used a lot. So that's one thing we have to keep in mind here, is the supply issue with these cards. They are very supplied, just like I guess they would be based on the type of card they are. And, you know, there's probably people that are trying to pack some of these guys out of like silver upgrades, out of bronze upgrades, and stuff like that. But, you know, there's going to be these cards on the market. People are going to be packing them. I saw a lot of people that did pack them today in the first day of the promo. So that's just something to keep in mind. We have to watch the supply on these cards. But again, I do think the weekend league rewards period is going to be the best time to buy some of these cards. I have my eye on this Kluivert card. I would love to buy one, stick it in my club, and do a lot of the same thing for these other cards if we can get them at their lowest point, just because they're going to take over as some of the best cards per their position in the game. So especially Hakimi. If you're going to use a Bundesliga team and you needed a right back, I mean, this is your guy. He obviously got this special card, and we've been wanting a special card for the Bundesliga at right back. We have a Kimmich, we have a Rafinha, but this card takes the cake with the 93 pace. That's what people look at. He's got the 80 defending and the 80 physical, so that's good enough for most people as well. I think you're going to see this card all over in Bundesliga squads. So if you want to get in on this card, definitely look later in the week as we figure out what else is going to come out with this promo to invest in a lot of these cards. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking with these Foot Future Stars. Now, if we go, I want to take a look at the SBCs really fast before we move on to something else quick at the end here regarding Team of the Week. But this Joe Gomez, I don't know if they knew that these cards were going to be so high priced the first day. They must have known, because they're getting people to pay 500,000 coins for this Joe Gomez squad. It's basically like doing the Baresi Icon SBC. That's how much it costs you to get this Joe Gomez card. He's 6'2", medium high, so the work rates and his height are pretty good. Jumping is 72, which isn't the best, but he does have very good stats, and there's going to be a lot of people that want to do this card. You do have Fabinho at center back for Liverpool. You do have Van Dijk, and here's a Joe Gomez that you now have in the game. So obviously the Liverpool, there are so many Liverpool special cards this year that a lot of people are going to want to do this card just to get him in their teams and fill out their, their entire side of special Liverpool players. But I think that SBC is very too overpriced. So hopefully they come out with some better SBCs. Hopefully we get a flashback this week. I would assume that we get some more SBCs this week just because this is a pack promo and they will need to rinse some coins. But I want to look at one more thing, and this is in regards to Wednesday into Thursday into Friday weekend league rewards flipping. And you're like, Nate, it's Saturday, why are we looking at weekend league reward flipping already? Well, I want to look at a trend that I've seen the last 2 weeks and I haven't acted on, and I should have. And since this is another week of promo packs being out in this game, these team of the week cards took a massive hit today, and in the past 2 weeks when this has happened, they have rebounded massively. As long as we do not get a team of the week SBC, you're safe to invest in team of the week cards. We've seen that this year with this FIFA. Team of the week 16 got pelted with lightning rounds during the first part of team of the year, and you saw this Rashford card who was 84 rated, and you're like, he's 84 rated, so he's getting packed a lot during lightning rounds. The man goes from 88,000 coins all the way up to almost 120k, which is where he's at right now. That's a 40k rise in a card, and a lot of these other cards rebounded massively as well. Firmino was 100k, he's now 150. Felipe Anderson was under 200, he's now 280. Same thing with team of the week 17. As we look at the team of the week that was in packs last week, Fernandinho was 90k during lightning rounds. Arnautovic was under 60, he went up to 80 today. Eriksson was 370, he was 450. So a lot of the meta guys that you want to use in your teams, they are they could be invested in this week with team of the week 18. Now this is something I'm going to be looking at picking up over the next 2 or 3 days here. This Pepe card is on my list just because he specifically links to the weekly objective player that you get this week. It is Future Stars Rafael Leao, and it takes a little bit to get him. You have to win 14 online single matches using 11 League One players. So that's very interesting. You have to use League One players to get this card, but I think a decent amount of people are going to want to get that because it looks like a nice card, and it links with a strong link to that Pepe card that a lot of people like this Pepe card right here. So that's something that we need to watch. Other favorites I have, De Gea is probably up there. Obviously Fabinho. Inaki Williams is a favorite of mine as well. A lot of people like that card. A lot of people want to use that card. He is popular nation, and he is like the quote-unquote best cheap informed striker in the La Liga. And Draxler as well, I think, is a pretty good investment. He's PSG, he's German. So again, the best time to buy these cards in weeks past has been on Saturday and Sunday lightning rounds. I'm going to take a look at Draxler because you're going to see just how big of a drop these cards took today during lightning rounds. Draxler was 70,000 coins today. Lightning rounds and the packs came out, and he dips down to 48,000 coins. Right now he's 45k. If this card gets any closer to 40k, I'm going to be looking at buying this card. Some other buy prices I'm looking at. Fabinho, if he gets down to 250, I'm going to be looking to pull the trigger there because he was upper 300s, and look at that drop. He dropped 100,000 coins today in total. So this team of the week took a massive hit in price this week, and I think it's going to be a great time to invest in those cards on a Saturday or on a Sunday. If you want one of those cards in your team, don't be afraid to pick it up, or if you just want to invest for the upcoming week when those cards go out of packs and people still want to use them, I think that's a great shout as well. But there's going to be a lot of options this week to use your coins, spend your coins you have post team of the year, which also means there's going to be a lot of options to make coins as well. I made one move today, just really fast. I'll show you guys what I did today. It's been a really busy week with work starting to ramp up and get busy, but I did buy a team of the year Marcelo today in the panic sell. I bought him because he was just getting too cheap. As you can see there, buy price was $9.89, and I think right now he's still about he's 1.05, so he has come back down a little bit more, but he did rebound all the way back up to almost 1.2 in the couple hours after after that card, after the panic had subdued. So I'm going to keep that card on my team for a while because I think he still will rebound even more. If you bought any team of the years today, they were panic sold, and they're still going to kind of stay low, I think, until after this week. Obviously, more coins will be onto the market. But if you guys have any questions about these cards, or where you think they might end up in price, or where or when you should invest in them, drop those questions in the comments down below. I'd love to respond to you guys, love to talk about it. Think it through with you guys, and maybe you see a card like Phil Foden that you think is going to be a great investment for after this week. Give me your reasoning down below. Let me hear that. Let's talk about it, have a conversation, and theorize together and look at possible scenarios and outlooks and everything like that. So hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and this promo seems to be starting off with a good start, I think. Even though the Gomez SBC is overpriced, we do have a weekly objective, and we have some pretty cool cards. Again, like I said, I think it's just the cool factor for a lot of these cards that makes people like this promo. It's a new idea, a new promo, and I think people are liking it just because of the fact of what this promo is. If you enjoyed the video, smash a thumbs up on it, and again, comment down below with any questions that you may have. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's been Nate, the Foot Accountant. Catch you guys later. Peace out.